Okay, so we have our book. Let's just take a couple minutes. Actually, let's go ahead. If your book is small enough, if it's not, then just ignore it. If it's small enough, you can either bring your feet parallel without the book, or if it's a small book, you could bring them just on the outsides of the book. Mine's a little bit too wide. And then we'll roll our shoulders up, back, and down a couple of times. We're going to sway forward and back, weight in your toes, ball of the feet, toes, ball of the feet, heels. Slow it down and start to center it until your weight is evenly distributed. Let's bend the knees. We're going to go into a quick little tuck, tip, tuck, and tip. 2 more times, tuck and tip, and then find halfway. Tailbone stays long as you straighten those legs. Abs stay in. Fingers through those ribs. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, pull the ribs down and knit them together. Shoulders are going to roll open, chin forward and back, and then elongate. Hey, I just remembered, 2 weeks from today will be our Valentine Pilates class. So make sure that you wear your pink and your red and your little heart bonkers on your head. All right. From this beautiful elongated Pilates posture, step up on your book with your right foot. Put your left toes in front. You're going to bend your right knee to slide those left toes forward and back. So as always, we get to work our glutes and our quads here at the beginning, and balance, of course. Just 2 more. Nice. All right. Now we're going to bring that leg to the side. And again, just that reminder, you want to shift your hips backwards, not off to the side, right? So let them drive backwards. Whatever you want with your hands, they can be here in a balanced position. Arms can be out to the side. You can do a movement with the legs. We just have 2 more here though. Nice. And now abs in, ribs down. Try and straighten your left leg as you reach back with no weight on those toes. Reach and stand. So you may be able to get, a really nice drop into those glutes and really feel this a little bit more. No weight on that leg though, unless you just fell off. Last 2 and last 1. We're putting that together. So we're going to go front, side, back, side again, side, front. Good morning, Nutmeg. Side, back, side, front, side, back, side. I hope you're feeling these. Front, side, last one, back, side, and now hover that left leg in the air. Bend your right knee and tap your heel. So now this should be a little bit more for that quad, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down. No weight on that left heel. Everything is in that right side. Oh, I hope you guys are feeling these. I sure am. 2, 7, 22, 4, and 1. Step off. Take that leg, that left leg, cross it over. And then we're going to go up and over, shoot our hips to the right and arms to the left. And then lift it up and over that book. We get to do that on the other side. So left foot is on your book, right toes in front, and we slide them forward and back as we bend and straighten that left leg. Very nice. And then to the side. And again, we're trying to do this without, whoops, that hip out to the side. We want to drive it backwards as much as possible. I'm putting my toes down, but I'm not really putting any weight on. Again, hands can be here. They could be out here. You can do movements with that if you want. Nice. And then foot behind you, try and straighten that leg as you reach. Really drop into that left glute. Last 2 and last 1, and now we put it together. So we're going to go front, side, back, side again, front, side, back. So in ballet, they call this en croix, little cross position. Two more. All right, and now that right leg hovers in space. We're going to bend that left knee till the right heel touches, and we straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. So it's just this little last third of flexion extension in your left leg, and that's what's going to burn out that quad. Make sure your tailbone's not shooting behind you, or you're going to get that more in the glutes. It's the knee coming forward just a little bit. Ouch, 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 and come up. Woo! Left leg in front, up and over to your right, hips go left. Beautiful. All right, let's round that out for a moment. Bring it up. Arch your spine, get a little space in that low back. If you want to support it, give it a little stretch there. And we're going to do a little bit of standing calf work because we have these books. So what the heck? All right. So you may need something for balance. You're going to stand up on that block with either leg. I'm going to say right leg. So your toe and the ball of the foot are on the book. The left leg is out in space. We're going to drop the heel below the book and then come to book height. So we go below and book height, below and book height, below book, below, even, below, even, below, even. Now go all the way up, even again, all the way up, even, up and even, up, even, up, even. Good. Now we're going to drop the heel all the way down, come through center, go all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. So it's just a heel raise, just a heel raise. Other leg is out in front. 2 and 1. Put that right or left foot down, drop the left heel, and you should get a nice stretch. If you're pushing your hip out, you're going to miss the stretch. So you have to tuck your hips. So we mean to stretch the calf that we just worked, and then you could bend the knee and take that stretch even deeper into the soleus muscle underneath your gastroc, the big muscle. All right, other leg. So left toes and ball of the foot are up. Right leg is in space. I'm going to drop the heel below the book and even with the book. Below, even, below, even. Good. And then we're going to go even. We're going to go up, even, up, even, up, even. And then we go all the way down through center, all the way up, all the way down through center, all the way up. Right leg is just hovering in space. Four more. 2 and 1. Right foot comes down, left heel drops off, hips come forward. And then bend that left knee to take that stretch deeper. Woo! All right, come on off your book. We're coming down to the ground. So as you come down, we're going to bring the book with us. Off to the side to start with. Arms are going to reach overhead. Legs are going to stretch long for a moment. Point the toes. Reach through the fingers and then pull the ribs down, tuck the hips under, round out that low back, flex through the heels. So more of a stretch of the back side of the body. And then again, point, let that low back lift up, reach through your fingers, and then exhale, flex through the heels, tuck that low back, and then bring everything back to ab prep position. So knees are bent, feet are flat. We're pressing the book right above us, and my palms are right under the book. Deep breath in. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, reach them by your ears. Exhale, back to center and down. Deep breath in. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. and down. Inhale, prepare, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale, center and down, and we lift and we reach, center, down. Four more. And last time, reach, 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 down. Bring those legs up, put the book on the shins, pull that down and in, get a little stretch of the low back, and then keep the book there with the shins stacked in tabletop. So we're going to do our 100 here. So obviously we're going to keep the legs where they are. Otherwise, we'd have a book falling on us. So arms by your side. Inhale, pump those arms. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale and exhale and inhale. So I want you to notice I'm looking at my book and it's wobbling a little bit. So do your best. Squeeze the knees together, squeeze the ankles together. And that's actually going to help you feel those abs a little bit more, those low abs, creating that stability in your legs. Try not to move that book if you can help it. 4 more, maybe, I don't know. Anybody counting? And bring it in, take a little break. We're going to bring that book right above us again, stack those legs tabletop, deep breath in. You know that you don't have to use the book for any of this. Deep breath in, exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, extend those legs, reach the arms overhead for double leg stretch. Exhale back to center. So inhale to reach. So the arms are basically doing the same thing that they did a moment ago with ab prep. When you have that weight, sometimes you'll feel that more in your neck. So you are certainly welcome to bring your head, neck, and shoulders down, right? And still feel that challenge because our legs and our arms are being levers and those arms have that extra weight. If you wanted to keep your head up, but you're feeling it too much, you can always support yourself with that book because that gives a little bit more weight over your head, right? Or you could even add arms and then support, arms and then support, but we're done now anyway. All right, right foot on the ground, left leg tabletop. Book, we're going lengthwise, book up against your thigh, hands are pressing against the book. So I just want you to keep pushing in with your thigh and pushing away with your arms. So you're going to feel some tricep action here. Deep breath in, exhale, pull your belly button in, and then extend that right leg up and out on an angle. Head, neck, and shoulders can stay down, or you can lift them up. We're just holding here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a break. Leg, right leg, look on your right leg. If you had one hand stacked on the other, just try and switch which hand was on top. Deep breath in, exhale, press against the leg as the leg pushes against the book against the hands against the book, and then left leg extends and reaches. And again, you can hold there or you can lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Isometric challenge here, holding, 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 and both legs down for a moment. All right, so now we're going to add on from there. Both legs are going to start tabletop. And we're going to the left leg to start with. Right leg extends, option to keep your head, neck, and shoulders down, or they can be up. And then you switch and reach. Inhale to switch, press and reach. Inhale to switch, press, reach. and relax. We're going to take that book again on the fronts of our shins and hug that in, draw some circles on the ceiling, loosening up that low back. And then we're going to put the feet on the ground. We're going to bring the book between our knees. Now, depending on how slippery your book is or your inner thighs, you may have to shift this around a little bit. All I want you to do right now, arms in a T position, deep breath in, exhale, push on the book as hard as you can, and just notice a change in your abs here. Inhale, release the squeeze. Exhale, squeeze for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the squeeze. And again, squeeze, release, and one more time, squeeze and release. Now we're going to stack those legs tabletop and do what you need to do to hold that book in place. Keep your feet lifted. So I want you to be able to see, oh, I see my toes. And then keeping those, everything in a 90-degree angle. So feet, knees, and hips. We're going to go side to side, nice and slowly with control. You can challenge yourself, but if you go too far, as I just did on that last one, then your feet will curl back, and we don't want that to happen. I want those feet to be on the same level as your knees. And then take a quick break. This time the book is going to go behind your hamstrings, and you're going to hug that in and get that low back stretch. And then that book is going right back between those knees again for our toe touch. Ribs and abs in, arms out to the side. Inhale as those legs move away from the body. Exhale to bring them up, tabletop. Inhale, legs move away, slowly come up, exhaling to lift. Inhale as your legs move away, and exhale to bring them up. Give me 4 more like that, because we're going to do a couple versions of toe touch today. All right, next one, we're going to take the book, and I'm assuming for most of you, you can probably put the book so that it covers your ribs and your low abs. So this is just going to be awareness, that kinesthetic awareness I talk about sometimes. Stack your legs tabletop. Sink your abs and your ribs flat so that as you do your toe touch, you make sure that you don't push up against the book with your belly. And then relax. All right. Book just rested under your head for a moment so that that chin nods, yes. So it's not way down here at your neck, it's up towards the top of the skull. Feet are going to go wider than your mat, and we're going to just do a little hamstring loosening here. So knees drop over to the right, so the right leg opens and the left leg drops in. And then maybe put your right hand on the inside of that right leg, and maybe put your left hand on that left thigh very gently. Don't push down aggressively. And then let that all come back through center, and let's go the other way. So left leg opens, right hand is on the right thigh, left hand is on the inside of that knee. And we're going to do that one more time each way. Hopefully you're getting a nice little opening through those hip flexors. And back through center, other way. And then come up and make sure your knees are pointed to the sky. Put your right hand on the outside of the right thigh. You're not going to let it move, but you're going to let the left thigh drop in. So a completely different stretch. And then once again, if you want, you can gently place your left hand on that left thigh, but we're keeping the right one pointed to the sky. And then lift the left leg, left hand on the outside of that left leg to block it from moving. And then right knee drops in. Nice. All right. Okay. Let's do our bridge. So we're going to put that book back between our knees. Sorry, I fooled you. I fooled myself. And our heels are underneath our knees and we lift up in a bridge, and maybe we try and go just a little farther. Deep breath in, exhale, nod your head yes. We're just squeezing the block here. Maybe you can hover your hands, reach your shoulders out of your ears. And all I want you to do every time you exhale, I want you to give the glutes a squeeze and come up a 1/4 inch. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. As you squeeze the glutes, you squeeze the book. Squeeze the book and the glutes. Squeeze the book and the glutes. And relax. All right, one more bridge. We're going to put the book out underneath your left foot, but I want you to push it ahead so that you can end up with your left heel on the book. If you see my foot, it's at a right angle. Right knee is going to hug into the chest for a moment, and we're going to lift up on that left glute. And oh, yeah, good morning, my hamstring, right? You should feel that hamstring right away. And you're going to extend that right leg up, and then arms maybe out in a V, if that's okay with you. Right leg lowers and lifts. Lowers and lifts. If this is not working for you, hands can be down, or they can do palms down so you can help press that hip a little higher, or you can go back to that balance. You decide. And then right knee down, everything else down. Slide that book over to the right side. Right heel goes on top, but again, it's the back of the heel. Deep breath in. Oh yeah, we hugged that left leg in, didn't we? Here we go, lift it up, and then arms out, and then that left leg up, and make sure you're not cramping in that hamstring. Arms can be down. You can do palms down to lift those hips a little higher. You can try and keep those hips up with those arms in that balanced position. And down. Woo. All right, let those hips rock side to side. See if you can drag that book with your feet. We're going to do a very stretchy version of scissors now. So you're going to extend your left leg up and bring the book behind your left calf. Then right knee is going to come in and also go up. We're going to flex through both heels. And rather than hang, we're going to pull that leg towards us and bend the elbows. And you should feel a terrific stretch in the back of that left leg. Right leg is staying just, it's not going way out here, right? We want to keep it pretty close. And then we'll switch that book. And we're going to do the same on the right leg. We're going to flex through the heel. We're going to bring it nice and close. Feel that delicious stretch. And we'll switch again. And we'll switch again. Inhale as you switch. Exhale, bring the leg a little closer. Inhale, switch. Exhale, other leg. And one more time each way. Beautiful. Now we're going to bend the knees and we're putting the book way down at the ankles. Fingertips on the edges of the book, forehead to your knees, elbows wide. We're rolling like a ball. Exhaling to roll, inhaling to pause at the top. Create this motion by pulling your belly button in and rounding that spine. And then come up balance for a second. And then you get to put the book on your mat. You're going to lift yourself up on that book. Legs are wide. Pull your glutes out from under you. So when we're up on this book, we can do a spinal stretch with a really nice hinge rather than a drop, right? So flex your feet, keep your knees bent, and pull yourself forward. In that nice hinge, again, we're not tucking the hips, we're not rounding the low back or the upper back. And then some of you will be able to straighten the legs, and some of you will be able to even slip forward so that your pelvis is in a tip, just depending on your book and your glutes. And then arms reach forward, and as always, we're making sure we don't round, we stay extended as we reach. It's not how far you go, right? It's about feeling this beautiful stretch. If you have a tendency to have that roundness in your upper back, you want to be really conscientious about squeezing the shoulder blades together as you hinge. And then gently bring that down. We'll slip off that book and we're going to put it between our hands. Knees are bent, all 10 toes on the ground for some roll down work here. So arms in front of you, nice and straight. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, pull your belly button in. Stay here or lift the book a little bit for a little extra challenge. Lower the book and come up. Inhale. Exhale, hinge. Inhale if you want to, lift the book. Exhale, lower the book and come up. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale to lift. The higher you go, the more challenge you're going to feel, but you know, make this reasonable. A few more here. All right, come on up, sit nice and tall. And now we're going to add rotation, not add rotation, we're going to do rotation, but we're not going to hinge back very far. We're just going to hinge back a little bit. Arms still here. Notice if your knees rock and roll, you want to keep them nice and stable. So here we go, side to side. And come back to center. Ooh, we are rolling over to our side, stacking our knees for our clam series. Book rests on the top thigh, hand rests on the top of that. Arm is underneath your ear. Keep that waistline lifted, right? So you have that little mouse house. And then you're going to lift your top leg with everything in line. So ankle and knee in line. And then they come down and up. Good. Then we're going to keep the feet together and we're going to pivot that top leg open. So the knees open and close. You can be in Pilates V if you prefer, heels together, toes apart. Good. Now our knees are going to stay down, our heels are going to lift, and we're going to pivot open from there. Ooh, and relax. If you need to, give that hip a little love. And then as you're ready, coming up onto that elbow for a side plank, and we're going to put that book down where our feet normally are, or if you're a side of the thigh planker, put it at the sides of your thighs. Bottom foot on first, top leg either in front or stacked, shoulder back, lift up out of it, and then as you're ready, come up into that side plank. Make sure that hip isn't lower than the book. It needs to be higher than your feet, and then your chest is higher than that. So should add a little extra challenge because we've elevated your lower body, right? So we've got you a little more in a straight line, not as much of a diagonal as usual. You can stay here. You can do variations if you want, lifting your hip, but not dropping it, lifting it, lift, and let's come down. All right, we're going to do those two things on the other side. So mosey your way over onto your other side, please. We're stacking hips, knees, feet, arm right underneath your ear. Waistline lifted, and we open as a unit. Ankle and knee nice and straight line in a plane. Heel, A and E. Good, and now feet together, that can be Pilates V or just stacked, and we pivot open. Keep that waistline lifted. Beautiful. Then our feet go up in the air, and from there we pivot open. Ah. And relax. Feel free to give that hip some love if it needs it. I hope it does. And then we'll be doing the side plank on this side with that book either down where your feet normally are or the sides of your thighs. And then when you come up, make sure this hip lifts high, and then you come on up. And then again, if you want variations, you're not going to let that hip go any lower. You could lift it higher and higher, or you can just stay here, right? As I said, we're in a higher position with our feet. Should be more challenging. We shifted our center of gravity. Gently come down. Oh. All right, as we come down, we are bringing our book out in front of our mat, and our head is going to be toward the very top of the mat with our arms off the mat. All right, as always, legs are lengthened, tops of our feet are on the ground, toenails stay down, but kneecaps lift, right? So kneecaps lift to engage those quads. Deep breath in, put your belly button in. On the exhale, press onto the book to lift your upper body just a little bit. Then if you're able to slide the book towards you, squeeze the shoulder blades together to slide the book towards you, keep your head in line, and then exhale, come down. Inhale. Exhale, belly button and knees lift, but toes stay down, torso lifts. Inhale, squeeze back, hold. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale, knees and belly button lift. Torso lifts a little bit, shoulders squeeze back. So this is more about an arch in your upper back. You're going to feel it some in your lower back, but really emphasize that space between your shoulder blades. Good. Last one, lift it up, squeeze it back. And then we're going to go from there to push back into our child's pose. So that book maybe can rest behind your knees to give yourself a little extra space. Either a little crunchy ball or arms out front, totally up to you. All right. Then you're going to put that book where your toes would normally be for a plank. You're going to slide forward onto your forearms, hands apart, toes tuck, lift up into that forearm plank. Shoulders are broad, head is in line, abs are in, ribs are in, back of the neck is long, press through the heels, lift those quads. And gently come down. If you want to, take a little quick break, windshield wiper those legs side to side. And then we're going to press up, press back for a second, come forward in your cow. Press back in your cat, come forward in your cow. So as you do that cow, I want you to think about that opening that we just did a moment ago for those shoulders and really get that movement through the shoulder area. Very nice. All right. We're going to kind of do two versions here of our mermaid. So you're going to sit on that book with your left glute, left leg in front, and right leg to the side. Now, you can be here, you can be here, you can decide where you want that to be. If you feel a little rounded, I want you to lift up and pull those left glutes out from under you so you can be tall. So the advantage of sitting on this book with just the left glute is we're not going to be tippy, right? So arms are going to come out in a T position to start with. We're going to head over to your left. Fingers don't rest, but they tap. And just to center, and up and over, and just to center. Up and over, center, one more like that, and center. All right. Hands, stick up position, and then fingers to the edges of your skull. Over to the side again, oh, interesting, and back to center, and over to the side, and center. When you go over to the left, try and stay for a millisecond. I don't know how long that is. And then center, and then option to bring your hands, you're gonna do this, wrist to wrist, cradle your biceps. Same thing. One more. All right. Now, keep your legs how they are, but bring that book out from under you. First thing you might notice is that you become a little bit more of that C shape. So again, pull those glutes out from under you so you can sit taller. All right, here comes some misery. Bring that book above you. Same thing. And don't fall over. But you don't get to do this. La, la, la. Your head needs to stay between your arms, right? And you might notice that that right leg wants to lift up. So don't go any farther than when that right leg is getting ready to elevate. I think this is harder. And relax. Now we get to put the book under that right glute, right leg in front, left leg off to the side. And again, if we're a little tippy, we're going to lift up and pull those glutes out from under us, arms into that T. This is the kind version. But I immediately notice which side is, you know, a little more challenging than the other. Good. Then we're going to stick up, fingers behind the head without pulling on it, and same thing. Beautiful. Did we do arms extended or did we do the book next? Oh yeah, we cradled. We did the crisscross, only this time criss the other way. Crisscross your wrists the other way if you can. Don't forget that little pause when you're over to the right. All right, now we bring that book out from under us. And again, if we're rounded, we want to lift so we can get as straight as we can. And then again, we're going to grab that book above the head, and then we go. And again, you might notice your two sides are different. All right, and come back to center. Those kind of kill me on my second side, just, you know, FYI. All right, come on down onto your spine for me, please. Bring that book behind both hamstrings. hug it in, and then bring your fingers to your ankles or your shins and push. Push down so the book presses against your calf and your hamstrings. And that should actually give you a kind of a nice little pressure point massage. You can let your hips rock a little bit side to side. And then slide the book over behind just the right knee, put the left foot on the ground. I'm going to bring that leg nice and close so the rib and the thigh come together. And then we'll open it over to the right. Left leg opens to the left. And then we'll slide everything back to center. Left leg straightens and flexes. We're going to bring that right knee in really close, and we're going to try and keep it there as we flip the book. So it pushes my hamstring down and my shin perpendicular with the floor. Foot is flexed, but you could point and flex it, windshield wiper it, circle it. And then finally, we're going to slide the book up the calf. We're going to lift ourselves up with the toe pointed, slide the book even higher, flex through the heel. Should already be an intense stretch, and then pull that with you as you come down. Yowza. Turn your toe in, bring the book on the outside of that leg, right arm to the side. Let that leg go slightly to the left with the toe turned in, and feel that stretch all the way down the outside of your shin, knee, IT band. Then bring the book into your right palm and open that right arm to the side. So you already feel some chest stretch. Bend that right knee and let that leg go to the left. But hopefully, not only are you getting that stretch in your right lower body, but also in the right side of your chest area. As you roll back through center, put the right foot on the ground. You can leave the book where it is. Let that right leg drop open. Passive figure four, right hand on the inner thigh, and then drag that left leg in. Thread your needle. You can use your right elbow to push against that left leg, flex and point through that left side, maybe some circles. And then bend that knee, close your gap, grab that left knee, give me some circles on the ceiling. And then once again, if you're able, slip your right hand under that book to keep the right chest open as your knees drop left, please. Straighten out the left leg, right leg is going to follow and uncross. Take a moment, and I'm hoping that your right side feels a little more open and a little flatter to the ground. And then we'll bend both knees, right foot on the ground and book behind the left hamstring. Pull it in nice and close, and then over to the left as the right leg opens to the right. And then as you come back through center, straighten out the right leg, flex through the heel, try and get your left thigh to rest on your left rib cage. Then flip that book. So we're pushing down and up, down the hamstring and up against the shin. We'll point and flex. We'll rotate. And then we'll slide the book up as we come up, and we'll slide it even higher, point, flex, and bring it with you. Woo! Intense stretch. Slide it to the outside of that foot, turn the foot down and in towards the right. Let the leg go slightly over to the right, and then book in your left palm as you let that drop, and your right, you twist to the right. Come back through center, left foot on the ground, rotate open, figure four, left hand on that left inner thigh, then we thread the needle, right leg can come up. I think we did that. I'm not sure we did, but oh well, we'll be a little uneven. Bend that right knee, hug it in, feel that big stretch, and then crisscross all the way, maybe draw some circles on the ceiling. And then left hand under the book and knees drop right. And then come on back through center. Mosey your way over onto your hands and knees for me, please. I forgot to do the bird dog with the book, so we're just gonna do a quick little cat, cow, bird dog series. So you're gonna cat, you're gonna cow. From the cow, keep your shoulders squeezed and your tailbone up, but pull the abs in. Left arm, right leg. Bring it down, right arm, left leg. Bring it down. Give me a cat. Give me a cow. Neutral spine, right arm, left leg. And down, and then left arm, right leg. And down. And then regular old cat, regular old cow. Take your toes, tuck them under, lift yourself in a high plank, press your hips back. Take a moment, pedal out those feet. And then give me a wide stance. Nod your head yes, shake no. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs, meet you halfway to a cat. And then a cow. Weight in your tailbone and your heels, hands to your heart. Bring it up. And happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. All right, let's do one more trivia. Okay. How did everybody okay?